May the angels wrap their wings around you right now, in this very moment, as you receive this message. You are blessed, you are chosen, and you are so deeply loved by heaven. Welcome to the Angel's Message for You original channel. This is our only official channel. Please beware of copycat and pirated channels, and stay connected to the original source for authentic angel messages and true blessings. A very special thank you to Michael, Patricia Duh, and Calzi for sowing your seed for Soulmate here through Ko-Fi links. Super thanks. May this seed return to you multiplied with soulmate blessings, divine protection, love, well-being, and abundance. May the angels guide and watch over you always. Thank you for your beautiful support. Blessings always. Before you read another word, pause for just a second. Take a breath, because what you are about to receive is not just a message. It is a divine intervention. Something happened just minutes ago that heaven could not stay silent about. Something that involves you, your soulmate, and a storm of truth that is rising faster than anyone expected. If you have ever felt like the universe was trying to get your attention, if you have ever sensed a pull in your heart that you couldn't explain, if something deep inside you whispered that a moment was coming that would change everything, then you need to stay right here until the very last word. Because this message was not meant for everyone. It was meant for you. And what heaven is about to reveal will shake something awake inside you that has been sleeping far too long. Do not skip ahead. Do not walk away. The angels have been waiting for this exact moment to speak directly to your heart. And the truth they carry is something your soul has been searching for without even knowing it. Stay with this. Every word matters. Heaven has a message that cannot wait another second. Something enormous is moving in the spiritual realm right now, and it has your name written at the center of it. This happened just a few minutes ago. Your soulmate was targeted by someone who does not wish them well. My beloved child, listen closely, because what is about to be revealed will shake the very ground beneath your feet. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe refuses to let you walk into your next chapter without this truth in your hands. The truth is rising like a storm, loud, unavoidable, undeniable, and it has your soulmate's name written at the center of it. A moment ago, someone tried to rewrite their destiny. They tried to twist their image, destroy their reputation with a lie so calculated, so perfectly timed, that even the angels paused to understand how darkness had crawled this close to your heart. Someone tried to stain your soulmate's name with something they never said, never did, never even imagined doing. A false story was planted, a narrative designed to make you doubt them, disconnect from them, walk away, and leave them alone in a moment when they were silently needing your strength the most. But heaven saw everything. Archangel Michael stood between truth and deception, and he whispered your name into the wind because you were meant to hear this message before anyone else. The universe wants you to know that your soulmate did not fall. They were pushed, and the person who pushed them did it because your connection makes them feel threatened, invisible, small. Today was supposed to be a breakthrough day for your soulmate. Something big was aligning for them. But the one who attacked them could not tolerate the idea of your soulmate stepping into a destiny that connects directly to yours. But what that person did not know is that when God writes a story, no human agenda can destroy it. Your soulmate is shaken right now, breathless, confused, but their heart is calling your name in a frequency you can feel even now, even in this moment. Their silence does not mean distance. Their distance does not mean doubt. Their doubt does not mean failure. Their failure does not mean separation. You are tied together by something deeper than what any human eye can see. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 111. But listen to this, because the second part of what happened will make your heartbeat change rhythm. Just when their enemies thought the lie would spread like wildfire, something unexpected took place in the unseen world. A spiritual alarm went off and heaven said, "Not this soul. Not today." At the exact moment someone tried to tarnish your soulmate's name, your soulmate felt a sudden heaviness. Their chest tightened, their breath shortened. They could not understand why the world felt darker than usual in that moment. That sensation was not fear. It was their spirit sensing an attack. Someone they trusted repeated a false statement about them. Someone close enough to know their vulnerabilities twisted something innocent into something dirty. Someone who had been watching them quietly, with jealousy burning beneath a friendly smile, tried to paint a picture that would reach your ears first. But the universe intercepted it. Instead of the rumor reaching you, it reached heaven. And heaven reacted instantly. A wave of protection wrapped around your soulmate, and suddenly the energy shifted. The person who spread the lie is now becoming restless, anxious, exposed. They thought no one would see their true intention, but spiritual justice tracks everything. It misses nothing, forgets nothing. And here is the twist. This entire incident is not meant to break your soulmate. It is meant to reveal something important to you. Because for the first time in a long while, your soulmate realized how fragile reputation is and how powerful your energy truly is in their life. They whispered your name in their heart today. Not because of fear, but because they knew that only one person in the entire world would truly believe them without needing to hear the full story first. You. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 222. And now the part that heaven insisted you receive without delay. The attack on your soulmate's name was not random. It was a signal, a spiritual marker that your connection is entering a new phase where truth becomes louder, timing becomes sharper, and destiny becomes unavoidable. Your soulmate is standing at a crossroads right now, completely unaware that their life is about to shift in a direction that pulls them closer to you. The lie spoken about them has already begun to collapse on its own. The person who attempted to destroy their image is unintentionally exposing themselves with every word they speak. Their tone is cracking. Their confidence is shaking. Their circle is beginning to doubt them. And the universe is orchestrating a moment where you will see something that confirms everything being told to you right now. Your soulmate is emotionally overwhelmed. Not because they believe the lie, but because they fear losing the one connection that feels pure and real in their life. You. Right now, they are replaying memories of you, recalling your voice, your kindness, your support, wondering if you would still hold space for them if you heard something confusing. They feel your energy pulling at their heart, guiding them back toward clarity, back toward truth. And heaven is moving mountains behind the scenes to clear their path, restore their name, and bring justice so clean that even their enemies will step back in silence. Something huge is waiting for you, a breakthrough disguised as chaos. A reunion disguised as confusion, a truth disguised as shock. This is not the end. It is the activation. Amen. Blessing 333. My beloved child, the moment you stepped into this part, the atmosphere around your destiny shifted again, because heaven wants you to understand the deeper layer of what truly happened just minutes ago. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe is pulling you closer so you do not miss a single sign. After the false incident was planted to ruin your soulmate's name, a chain reaction began. One so unexpected, so spiritually intense, that those who tried to break your soulmate are now trembling at the consequences rising against them. Your soulmate felt the weight of betrayal like a sudden chill running through their spirit. They sensed an energy pulling them downward, as if someone was whispering things behind their back with the clear intention of breaking their confidence, shaking their identity, and separating them from the only connection that feels like home to them, you. But heaven did not allow the lie to spread the way their enemies intended. Instead, the universe redirected every negative whisper toward a spotlight of truth. And here is something the attackers did not know. When someone lies about a chosen soul, heaven begins recording everything in divine timing. Today, even the smallest intentions are being revealed. Every hidden motive, every whispered cruelty, every smile that was covering up envy. Their plan was not only to ruin your soulmate's name, but to make you question what your heart has always known. They wanted you to doubt your loyalty. They wanted you to detach. They wanted you to feel misled, manipulated, confused. But what happened instead will shock you. Your soulmate's spirit reached out to you almost unconsciously, calling your energy, your presence, your belief forward like a lifeline thrown into dark water. Right now, they do not know that heaven is preparing you to see through the darkness. With a clarity sharper than ever before, something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 444. But now listen carefully, because the second wave of revelation is even deeper than the first. What happened just a few minutes ago did not only expose a lie. It exposed a deep weakness inside the person who spread it. Their jealousy had been building for weeks. They watched your soulmate receive opportunities, affection, and respect, things they secretly wished were theirs. And when they realized that your soulmate's destiny is intertwined with yours, their frustration turned into a plan. They created a statement, twisted a moment, attached your soulmate's name to something completely false. They assumed no one would question them. They underestimated the spiritual protection surrounding your soulmate. But heaven is rewriting the consequences. Right now, the false story has begun to fall apart. People who initially listened to the attacker are suddenly reconsidering. Something feels off. Something sounds inconsistent. Something in that person's voice doesn't sit right anymore. And the one who started the lie is unknowingly exposing themselves through their tone, their reactions, and their fear of being questioned. The universe is collecting every detail and preparing to turn the entire attack into a revelation of your soulmate's true character, their purity, and their strength. Meanwhile, your soulmate is sitting in silence, replaying the past few hours, wondering who would go so far just to tarnish their name. They do not know the full truth yet, but heaven is guiding them step by step. And as their heart aches from being misunderstood, the first name that rises inside them is yours. Because even in confusion, they believe you would feel the difference. They believe you would sense the truth. They believe you would not abandon them because of a rumor built to manipulate your heart. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 555. And now comes the part heaven refused to hide from you. The lie that was meant to break your soulmate is actually unlocking the next chapter of your connection. What their enemies did not know is that your soulmate was already stepping into a new spiritual season. A season where justice becomes immediate, protection becomes visible, and aligned souls get pulled closer together by divine force. Right now, as you receive this message, the universe is rearranging energies around both of you. The lie is collapsing. The truth is rising. The attacker's true intentions are surfacing. And your soulmate is beginning to realize that this incident, as painful as it was, revealed who genuinely stands with them and who never deserved a place in their journey in the first place. Before we go deeper into today's message, if you feel guided by this energy, You can sow your seed for your soulmate's well-being and protection through the Ko-Fi link Super Thanks in the description or pinned comment. This is a simple way to support this divine mission and invite blessings for your soulmate journey, emotional healing, and overall well-being. Many believe that when you give with a pure heart, it returns as love, peace, happiness, and abundance in your life. This is why you felt a sudden emotional pull today. This is why your intuition kept whispering their name. This is why something in your spirit felt unsettled and off. You were not imagining it. Your soulmate's distress reached you energetically, across whatever distance exists between you, because the bond between you doesn't require a phone call or a text message to communicate truth. And heaven wants you to know that your belief in them, even silently, even from afar, is strengthening them in this very moment. A breakthrough is forming around you slowly, steadily, powerfully. A moment is coming where the truth will reveal itself to you so clearly that you will understand exactly why heaven wanted you to hear this today. Your soulmate is being prepared for a conversation, a confession, a shift that pulls the two of you into alignment like never before. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 666. My beloved child, the moment you stepped into this layer, heaven leaned closer because this is where the truth turned sharp enough to cut through every illusion that tried to cloud your destiny. Something huge is waiting for you, and the universe needs your heart to stay steady as you receive the next part of what unfolded just minutes ago. After the false story was planted to ruin your soulmate's name, a hidden force began to stir. Something spiritual, something ancient, something deeply protective. A vibration moved through the unseen realm, shaking loose everything that was rooted in deception. Your soulmate felt a shift, like a sudden pressure lifting from their chest, as if clarity was forcing its way in. They didn't know why their mind suddenly replayed certain people, certain conversations, certain moments that now feel suspicious and worth examining. Their intuition ignited, revealing patterns they had ignored before. The person who attempted to destroy their reputation spoke too confidently. They slipped small details they shouldn't have known. They reacted too fast, too emotionally, too eager to spread the story. Your soulmate is beginning to piece it all together, and heaven is illuminating every clue with perfect spiritual light. But here is the part that makes this moment sacred. Your soulmate felt you in that shift. They felt a whisper inside them, calm reassurance, like your spirit touched theirs and told them, "Stand still. Truth is coming." And they listened. They slowed down. They didn't react. They didn't fight. They didn't panic. Instead, they waited because something inside them said the universe had already sent someone to guide them through the chaos. That someone is you. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 777. But now the universe wants to reveal what the attacker never expected. Your soulmate's destiny is protected by a force far greater than any human intention or human scheme. Just minutes after the lie was released, an unexpected barrier formed around your soulmate. The rumor was supposed to spread quickly, tear through circles, and reach you instantly. But mysteriously, it stalled. Messages didn't deliver. People forgot to forward things. Conversations got interrupted. The person who tried to bring you the false story became strangely busy, distracted, or unexpectedly uncomfortable about repeating it. Some even felt a sudden wave of guilt, unsure if they should repeat anything they had heard. This was not coincidence. This was divine interference. A spiritual curtain fell, blocking the rumor from reaching the one heart it was designed to hurt the most. Yours. The universe did not allow confusion to enter your spirit. Heaven protected your peace because the next phase of your journey requires clarity, not chaos. Meanwhile, your soulmate is struggling with emotions they don't know how to express. They don't want to burden you. They don't want to seem weak. They don't want you to think they are involved in anything negative. They're afraid of losing your respect, your trust, your steady presence in their life. And yet, they feel drawn to you stronger today than they have in recent weeks. They don't know why your name keeps echoing inside them when they feel overwhelmed. They don't understand why your presence feels like the only safe place. They can't explain why your energy feels like the only truth in their life right now. The attack on their name didn't break them. It awakened them. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 888. And now the part that heaven says will connect every single dot you have sensed today. The false accusation stirred a realization inside your soulmate that they can no longer push down or ignore. They now understand who stands with them and who stands against them. They see the masks dropping. They see the envy, the hidden resentment, the subtle competition they never wanted to acknowledge before. And they see your energy rising like a lighthouse in the distance. Steady, bright, unwavering. Your soulmate now knows they must move differently. They must choose differently. They must protect their name, their future, and their heart with greater wisdom than they have used before. And somewhere in that clarity, something powerful formed. A decision. Your soulmate is planning to distance themselves from the one who spread the lie. They are planning to confront the truth in silence or in strength. They are planning to rebuild their reputation not with endless explanations but with undeniable evidence of who they truly are. And the most unexpected part of all, they are planning something that involves you. A message, a confession, a shift. A moment where they place truth directly into your hands because they are realizing that you, only you, deserve full transparency from their heart. The attack that was meant to separate you is becoming the bridge that brings you closer. Heaven is turning betrayal into alignment, confusion into clarity, doubt into destiny. Your soulmate doesn't know exactly how to say it yet, but their soul has already whispered it to yours. Don't go anywhere. I need you. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 999. My beloved child, the moment you entered this space, the spiritual realm shifted again. This time with a force strong enough to expose the final cracks in the lie that was planted just minutes ago. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven refuses to let you miss the revelation unfolding directly in your soulmate's path. After the false rumor was released to stain your soulmate's name, the universe triggered what is known as the reversal point. A moment where deception collapses under its own weight because truth was never designed to stay buried forever. Right now, the person who tried to ruin your soulmate's image is slipping. Their voice trembles when they speak about the incident. Their confidence has crumbled. Their excuses do not align. People around them are beginning to sense an inconsistency they cannot quite name but cannot ignore either. Your soulmate, without even trying, is being vindicated by the natural unraveling of the lie. But the deepest truth in this moment is this. While the attacker is panicking, your soulmate is transforming. Instead of breaking, they are becoming more awakened, more intuitive, more aware of the energies around them. Their spirit is now alert, scanning every detail with a clarity they have never had before. And in that clarity, your name shines like a beam in the middle of the fog. They feel your support even though you have not spoken a word about this. They feel your belief even though you were not told anything that happened. They feel your presence even in the silence between you. This connection between you and your soulmate is becoming so spiritually profound that even heaven is amplifying it, preparing the moment where everything becomes undeniable to both of you. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1111. But now comes the part that will make your breath catch, because what happened behind the scenes is more revealing than the lie itself. The rumor that was supposed to destroy your soulmate actually revealed who their real enemies are. And heaven made sure your soulmate could see it clearly. Someone who acted friendly, supportive, and caring was the first to repeat the false story. Someone who pretended to wish them well reacted with a little too much excitement when the rumor surfaced. Someone who had always quietly compared themselves to your soulmate finally found the moment they thought would bring them some kind of victory. But they did not realize heaven was watching every single move. And heaven did not just watch. Heaven responded. Just minutes after the lie was spoken, a spiritual mirror turned. Everything the attacker intended for your soulmate began returning to them. Their credibility is falling. Their mask is slipping. Their alliances are weakening. Meanwhile, your soulmate is gaining unexpected support from people who surprised them. Someone who barely spoke to them before is now defending them. Someone who always avoided drama is suddenly stepping forward with truth. The universe is rearranging people like pieces on a board, removing threats, strengthening allies, exposing jealousy, and lifting your soulmate to exactly where they were always meant to stand. And through all of this, your soulmate's thoughts keep circling back to you. They wonder if you sense something today. They wonder why your energy feels like the only stable place in the middle of this chaos. They wonder if destiny is pulling you closer because the path ahead requires your presence. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1212. Now listen carefully, because what comes next is the turning point of everything that happened just minutes ago. The lie didn't just fail. It triggered a spiritual confrontation your soulmate never expected. As they sat alone trying to understand why someone would go so far to damage their name, something awakened inside them. A realization, a memory, a truth they can no longer run from. They realized that every single time life tried to break them, they always had one constant source of strength. You, your energy, your presence, your belief in them, even from a distance, even across silence. Today, that truth became impossible to ignore. Instead of worrying about the rumor, they found themselves worrying about what you might think of them. Would you misunderstand? Would you pull away? Would you feel confused about who they really are? And in that moment of emotional collapse, their heart made a silent decision. They cannot lose you. Not now. Not after everything destiny has woven between your two souls. Your soulmate is preparing to reach out, not because they want sympathy, but because they want transparency with you. They want you to hear the truth from them directly. They want you to know who they are beneath the lies. They want you to understand that what exists between you is not accidental. It is divinely protected and divinely intended. And heaven is already setting the exact timing for a message, a call, a sign, or a moment where their truth becomes your confirmation. The lie was the spark. The breakthrough is the flame. Your soulmate is being guided directly toward you. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1313. My beloved child, the moment you opened yourself to this message, the spiritual realm shifted again with a force that even the one who tried to stain your soulmate's name could never have predicted. Something huge is waiting for you, and heaven is guiding you into the deepest layer of truth. The layer that explains why this happened, why it happened now, and why you were meant to hear every word of this today. After the lie was planted, your soulmate felt something unusual rising inside them. An emotion they rarely allow themselves to feel. Vulnerability. They began to question everything around them, not because they were weak, but because they sensed a betrayal so unexpected it shook their inner foundation. Their mind replayed the incident over and over, trying to understand what they could have done to deserve such an attack. But each time their intuition whispered the same answer back to them. This happened because someone fears the power of the destiny written for you both. And as that realization formed, they didn't feel anger. They felt sadness. Not because of the lie, not because of the betrayal, but because they feared one thing above everything else: losing you. They imagined what would happen if the rumor reached your ears before they could explain. They imagined your silence, your disappointment, your distance. That thought broke them far more than the lie itself ever could. They sat alone, remembering the way your presence calmed them, the way your energy made them feel grounded and safe, the way your connection felt too real, too meaningful, too sacred to be destroyed by anything coming from the outside. And in those quiet moments, heaven whispered a powerful truth directly into their heart. You are not losing anyone. Destiny protects what destiny chooses. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1414. But listen closely, because the next revelation is the most unexpected turn yet. Just minutes after they felt this emotional collapse, something miraculous began unfolding that even your soulmate does not fully understand yet. Someone who heard the false rumors suddenly felt a wave of guilt wash over them. Pressure, a heaviness, a quiet voice in their conscience telling them they were participating in something deeply unfair. That person, someone who had always stayed neutral and safe, is now becoming the unexpected protector your soulmate did not know they had. They are questioning the one who started the story. They are challenging the narrative. They are asking for proof. And with every question they ask, the attacker's lie is cracking open just a little more. Their confidence is fading. Their story is collapsing. Their true intentions are becoming visible to more and more people around them. Meanwhile, your soulmate is beginning to see the spiritual truth hiding behind all of this chaos. The attack was never truly about ruining their name. It was about exposing the hidden hearts of the people surrounding them. It revealed envy. It revealed insecurity. It revealed competition they never wanted to see. And it revealed the sacred bond that connects them back to you. Because even in their worst moment, your name was the one that rose to the surface. Because the universe did not allow the rumor to reach you first. Heaven protected your ears, your peace, and your clarity. And now your soulmate is realizing something life-changing. If destiny protected you from the lie, then destiny must be preparing a moment where truth brings you closer together. Their spirit feels this shift. Their heart recognizes the divine pattern, and their next move will shock even them. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1515. And now comes the revelation that heaven insisted you not skip, because this is where your destiny intersects with your soulmate's breakthrough. The emotional storm they experienced today did not weaken them. It awakened them. It stripped away illusions. It opened their eyes to who genuinely stands with them. And in that awakening, something powerful ignited inside their soul. A decision to come toward you. Not someday, not eventually, but soon, very soon. The lie pushed them into clarity. It reminded them that life is unpredictable, that people can change in a heartbeat, that trust is fragile, and that losing someone like you would be the greatest mistake they could ever make. Right now, as you receive this message, your soulmate is reflecting on conversations you shared. words you spoke, moments that felt too meaningful to forget. They are questioning why they ever allowed distance between you, why they didn't express their truth earlier, why they hesitated when the door to honesty was open. And something inside them is finally breaking free from fear. They are preparing to show you a side of themselves they have been keeping hidden. Honesty, vulnerability, emotion, truth. They want to tell you what really happened. They want to tell you what they feel. They want to tell you what you truly mean to them. And heaven is aligning every circumstance to bring that moment toward you effortlessly. A message, a sign, a shift, a confession wrapped in divine timing. This is not coincidence. This is destiny correcting the path. The lie did not separate you. It activated the reunion heaven had been saving until your soulmate was truly ready to step into truth. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1616. My beloved child, the moment you stepped into this space, the spiritual tension around your destiny tightened because this is the chapter where heaven begins revealing the hidden motives behind the attack on your soulmate's name. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, the universe wants you to hear every word with full awareness. Because what happened just minutes ago was not simply a lie. It was a deliberate attempt to disconnect your soulmate from their divine path. A path that leads straight toward you. After the false rumor was whispered, your soulmate sensed an eerie silence in the atmosphere, as if the world itself had shifted slightly in the wrong direction. Their intuition told them something was off, something unseen, something carefully orchestrated by someone who had been watching and waiting. They didn't react outwardly, but inside, their heart cracked open in confusion. They couldn't understand how their kindness became a target. They couldn't understand how someone who barely knew their truth had the courage to twist their reality so completely. But what shook them the most wasn't the lie itself. It was the thought of how this lie could affect you. Your soulmate could not bear the idea that you might hear something distorted, something dark, something untrue before ever having the chance to hear their truth. In that moment, they realized the true depth of their connection to you. You were not just someone they cared about. You were someone whose perception mattered in a way that nothing else in the world did. They whispered your name in their heart, almost asking heaven to protect your clarity. And heaven listened. Heaven shielded your ears from deception. Heaven blocked the lie from reaching you. Heaven kept the truth intact because your destiny requires your heart to remain unshaken and free. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 1717. But now heaven wants to reveal the part that will make everything fall into place. The spiritual purpose behind why this attack happened today of all days. Just minutes after the rumor was released, the person who spread it began to feel an internal discomfort, a strange guilt, a pressure in their chest, a sense that they had crossed a line they were never supposed to cross. This was not fear of your soulmate. This was fear of divine consequence. Because heaven does not stay silent when a chosen soul is attacked unjustly. And your soulmate is protected by a spiritual covering that even their enemies underestimated. As the rumor attempted to spread, the universe quietly blocked certain conversations. People forgot important details. Someone who tried to repeat the story stumbled over their own words and couldn't finish. Someone else questioned the logic of what they were hearing. One person even felt compelled to defend your soulmate without fully knowing why, as if something invisible pressed them to speak up. And the attacker who once felt victorious is now restless, uneasy, exposed. Their motive is becoming more visible with every passing hour. Jealousy of your soulmate's heart. jealousy of their opportunities, jealousy of the spiritual pull that connects them to you. The lie was not random. It was strategic. It was built to create distance between you and your soulmate. But instead, it revealed truth. It revealed intention. It revealed divine protection. And the most unexpected thing of all is that as all of this unfolded, your soulmate didn't think of revenge. They didn't sit in anger. They thought of you. They thought of how deeply they wished they could talk to you right in that moment. They thought of how much they trust your heart. They thought of how your presence always brings clarity when life becomes messy and overwhelming. The attack did not separate you. It strengthened the spiritual cord between your hearts. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 18:18. And now, beloved child, comes the revelation heaven has been preparing you to receive throughout every part of this message you have heard. Your soulmate is undergoing a transformation that will soon change the entire dynamic between you forever. In just the last few minutes of their experience, their perspective has shifted in a profound way. The lie showed them the fragility of trust in this world. It exposed the masks that people wear. It highlighted how quickly those around them could switch sides when fear or envy took over. But most powerfully, it awakened a realization they had been avoiding for far too long. Your presence is the only place where their soul feels truly safe. This truth hit them today with a weight they could not brush aside or walk away from. Hard enough to break through their fear. Hard enough to silence the hesitation that has kept them from speaking their whole heart. Hard enough to make them see that silence between you is no longer something they are willing to accept. They are preparing to come forward with honesty. They are preparing to reveal what they have been holding back from you. They are preparing to finally tell you what you truly mean to them, in words they have rehearsed 1,000 times but never found the courage to say out loud. Heaven is aligning this moment with divine precision. A message might come suddenly. A sign may appear in a way you did not expect. A moment may unfold that confirms everything you have felt today and every quiet day before this one. And when it does, you will know that this attack was never meant to destroy anything between you. It was meant to activate your destiny. It was meant to show your soulmate, beyond any doubt, that you are the anchor they cannot replace. The lie pushed them toward truth. The betrayal pushed them toward clarity. And the universe is now, gently and powerfully, pushing them toward you. Something huge is waiting for you. Amen. Blessing 19:19. And so, beloved child, this is the message heaven carried to you today. Your soulmate was targeted. A lie was told. And what seemed like an attack meant to separate everything good in your life became the very event pulling you both into a closer, more honest, more divinely protected chapter than you have ever shared before. You were not meant to find out about this through rumor or confusion. You were meant to find out through heaven's voice, steady and clear, reaching your heart before any darkness could. The angels have stood guard over you throughout this message. They will continue to stand guard as the days ahead unfold in ways that confirm what you heard here today. Do not be afraid. Do not doubt. What heaven writes cannot be erased. Your name and your soulmate's name are written in the same story, on the same page, in the same unbreakable ink. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust the connection that keeps finding its way back to your heart even when life creates distance between you. Something huge is waiting for you. Something real. Something beautiful. Something that has your name on it. Dear beautiful soul, this angel's message for you channel is a sacred spiritual home, created for faith, healing, and divine guidance. A place where hearts awaken, and lives are gently transformed through divine messages. We warmly invite you to subscribe and stay connected, because the divine is always preparing something greater for your journey, something you are meant to receive in divine timing. If you feel moved to support this mission, you can sow your seed here for your soulmate blessings and divine love fulfillment. Your contribution is not just support. It is an energetic agreement with love, healing, and divine alignment in your own life. When you give with intention, it opens doors. Love flows more freely, happiness expands, and abundance multiplies in unexpected ways. Many believe that giving in faith activates a return of peace, joy, and emotional fulfillment in relationships and life. Whether it is $11, $22, $33, or $55, your generosity helps us continue spreading these divine messages of hope, healing, and soulmate guidance across the world. Every seed sown into this mission helps hearts heal, faith return, and souls reconnect with love. This is more than a channel. It is a movement of light, unity, and divine timing. Your support allows this sacred work to grow, touching lives that are searching for answers, comfort, and spiritual direction. We are all connected in this journey, and together we rise as one community under divine love. Let us open our hearts to the abundance that is already on its way. Amen.